folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Dodge Channel. We're here off of Lake Mead Boulevard, East Lake Mead Boulevard, approaching Betty Lane. We've actually done a lot of videos up and down Betty Lane over there. Feel free to check those out. That's kind of like the no man's land up there. It's like very Mad Max. But I've shown it a lot lately, so I'm going to kind of give it a break for a little bit. Don't want you guys to get tired of it. But yeah, there's all sorts of stuff going on up there, always. Almost never fails. KFC over here. There were actually two KFCs here on Nelson between Lake Mead Boulevard and Charleston, but the one down there by Charleston actually closed, if you can believe that. KFCs very rarely close, from what I know, from my experience. So that was really eye-opening. We'll pause it here for a moment. And we got the green light here at Nellis, so we'll continue westbound here on Lake Mead Boulevard. It's interesting, it's actually not that hot. The car reads 104, but the steering wheel is really, really warm. Now, we've been out here in days past, and it's been brutal. I have an AC vent pointed directly up at the phone, so I'm going to try and talk a little more loudly. If you can't hear me, please let me know, and I'll try and find another way around it. The phones, of course, they heat up, and it becomes a major mess. But we want to show you some of the latest and greatest here from the east side of Las Vegas, where we never know what's going to happen. And that's the fun, right? That's the fun of coming out here. The unpredictability of the whole thing. And like I said in an earlier video, it's kind of like, you know, when I first started this channel, I kind of wanted to do it a little bit, just a tiny bit, fashioned after Cops, right? The TV show. Where it's just, you know, you get into it and it's gritty and there's no fluff or, you know, major long intros and stuff like that. And you just get right into it. And that's what I always wanted to do, was just kind of bring it to you without a whole lot of fluffy poofiness. Look at the back of that building. Yikes. That doesn't look very good. It's like wood siding or something there, but it's all falling off. This is Kel and Marion, M-A-R-I-O-N, for our friends following along at home on your preferred map app. Verde Murata over here. And Classic Novel Street, it says there. Okay, actually, you know what I did? I screwed up. I wanted to show you guys something else, and I messed it up. So let me make the turn here. And that's not to say that I want to be a cop or I think I'm a cop or anything. I am not. I'm nowhere near it. But I like the presentation, right? The way they did it, and still do it. You know, for the most part, their technique has not changed over the last, what, almost 40 years that Cops has been on the air. It's the presentation that I really enjoy. Especially, you know, when you have to watch commercials and stuff like that. Yuck. Who wants to do that? I know I don't. And so we've got an RV parked here, it looks like. Someone's hanging out. They've got a wall unit AC in there. And they're just parked here, hanging out on the side of the street. And so this is Fullstone right here. Your major cross streets here are going to be in between Lamb and Nellis off of Lake Mead Boulevard. Lots of vehicles in here with no tags. This Acura Integra over here, for instance. The roadway is in really bad shape. I imagine that the people that live in here probably, and you know, the irony is with the roads being in such horrible shape, they actually have speed bumps in here. Which, like, why? No one's going to be flying through here anyway. And if they do, they're going to be heading over to Midas or something for a new suspension. It's the middle of the summer and there's a big skeleton out in front of that building in front of us. I don't know if that's kind of is that meant to ward off certain people or something? I don't know. Lots of bars on windows and doors in here. And Yes, a lot of these buildings, I think they're all owned by different folks, is my guess. Because some of them are in better shape than others, and my guess is they would have them all. If one person owned the whole thing or one entity owned the whole thing, they would all be in good shape, or at least identical shape. But yeah, this is Bartoli Drive here. We've been in here a few times before, but again, you never know what you're going to see here on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. Very grateful for each and every single one of you. If you're new to the channel, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. It really, really helps recommend us to other viewers here on YouTube via the almighty algorithm. My big pal Al, I call him. To come back here to Marion. I should have made a left at Marion, but that's okay. Or here at Kel instead of a right earlier, but that's all right. It's the journey here on the Vegas Don channel, folks. That's what we do. We bring you all things Vegas, not just the glitz and the glamour of Las Vegas Strip and Fremont Street, but all things Vegas to include local bands down on Fremont Street. Live streams, that is. Unless there's like one song, I know some people will go down there and they'll tape a performance by a band, but unless there's like one song that, you know, people really, really like or really want to hear by a band, once the live stream ends, it's kind of like, I don't really want to listen to that live stream again. At least those are the comments that I've had, and I know personally for me, I feel the same way. Like, I don't really have an interest in watching it again. Now, the one thing I will watch over and over again is when Alter Ego, one of the local bands here, does their Metallica medley. Golly, that is good stuff. They'll do like Master of Puppets and Enter Sandman, and then they do like the end of One. If you're familiar with the song One, really, really good stuff. So this is Lamb Boulevard, another major north-south artery here on the east side of town. Just waiting for the traffic to clear so we can get out of here. Hey, that run. All right, so we got cross traffic on the southbound lanes now. Coming from the north, there we go. Cortez Pride over here on the right. I'm guessing this is a middle school? No, I don't know, I'm not sure. Could be a elementary school. No, well, it's got 2 floors. Usually the elementary schools are smaller. This is Owens, major east-west artery here in town. It becomes Vegas Drive on the other side. I believe it's MLK. Either MLK or Rancho, way out there. And quite a lot of cross traffic here. Usually I'm not used to seeing this much traffic on Owens. This is a pretty good chunk of folks right here. All right, now heading westbound here on Owens. Agua Pura right there on the right. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram. It's at VegasDon4747. I'm new to Instagram, so I'm still learning the ins and outs. I just, some of it is just not very intuitive to me. Maybe it's because I'm just a fuddy-duddy or something. I don't know. But some of it just is not very intuitive to me. Kind of like ServiceNow. If you ever had to use ServiceNow, like at work or something, goodness, I can't stand ServiceNow. It is really bad. I'm like, who wrote this program, right? Because they didn't write it for humans. You know, a lot of our smartphones are pretty much intuitive, right? You just go in there and press a button and boom, you're in there into your bank account and stuff like that. Not everything is like that. We'll pause this here at Walnut. We got the green light here at Walnut, so we're going to continue southbound. And this was a mistake because I totally forgot the wash is in between here. So I'm going to turn around because there's nothing to see down there. Even though it is the journey, as we advertise here, there is nothing to see down there, guys. So we will go ahead and make a left here once more. We would like to thank you all again so very, very much for being here. I could not do this without you guys, and that is a fact. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. And as always, remember here on the Biggest On channel, it is the journey where what happens in Vegas stays right here on the Biggest On channel on YouTube. Also, please check out Vids from Mike. Got some newer homes here on the corner here at Walnut and Owens. Vids from Mike here on YouTube. He does some awesome sunrise and sunset drone videos. You don't want to miss those. And we are very, very grateful and thank you from all of us. We love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. We will see you guys on the next one. Thank you, guys.